Jayland Walker's sister is now speaking out in an ABC News exclusive interview after he was killed in a hail of bullets fired by Akron, Ohio police officers. This is newly released body camera footage of the incident, and it's raising questions and setting off protests and calls for accountability. Jayland's sister, though, says she hasn't seen this video yet, and she's telling our TJ Holmes why.
I won't see him again. I won't be able to hug him again or just remind him that I love him or anything like that.
Jayland Walker is preparing to bury her baby brother. Speaking to ABC News for the first time since Akron police released body camera video showing 8 of their officers shooting and killing 25-year-old Jayland Walker.
Now, you know that video is out there. Are you just not ready to see it yet?
It's just not matching the person that I know, because he's not into that. And that's not him. That's not Jayland. And I can't accept that at all. And I shouldn't say I don't want to, but I just can't fathom to see any sort of video of him being gunned down that amount of times, you know, as if he was just like aim practice.
The footage shows what authorities describe as a routine traffic stop, followed by a car chase, then foot chase. As Walker runs away, officers claim at one point he turns towards them, prompting a hail of gunfire. A preliminary medical examiner report shows over 60 wounds to Walker's body, despite being unarmed at the moment he was killed. But police say Walker fired at them during the car chase and point to this image, which they say shows a flash of a gun from the driver's side of Walker's car, adding that they recovered this gun and a loaded magazine inside of his car.
The way in which that picture depicted where the gun was located and the way and the manner in which it was placed, officers are approaching the car on their body-worn camera, and it's capturing it as they are approaching.
You are not, it sounds like you're not buying, but also you don't see evidence that a gun was ever fired from that vehicle.
I've never known him to own a gun of any sort at all. He never brought it to my attention. The last thing I would have imagined him having with him is a gun.
I don't see clear evidence of a gun being fired, and more importantly, the gun was recovered in the back seat, according to the preliminary autopsy report that my team reviewed. So I need to know how the gun got in the front seat, all nice presented with the ring and the cartridge pulled out and the bullets there. This looked like a staged picture.
ABC News has reached out to the Attorney General's office regarding the photo, but have not heard back. The family says police are creating a narrative that makes Walker out to be someone that he wasn't.
I really haven't been watching a lot of television or publications on things because I don't want to see him in that light. I'm just really sad because, like I said, out of many black men who have been killed and many families who experience this, even as a sister, you know, it's just... excuse me, it's really hard.
Black lives, they matter here.
Walker's death ignited protests.
No justice, no peace.
As an outraged community and grieving family await answers from the investigation now underway.
We still have yet to get a solid answer as to how, like you said, a person who doesn't have any record, at the most will have a speeding ticket, you know, from using his car to get around. For me to have to experience that and see my family, you know, mourn, even my mom, you know, it really hurts.
And TJ Holmes joins me now for more on that exclusive interview. TJ, what stood out from you from this conversation with Jayland Walker?
You can't make sense, Diane, of when you try to juxtapose the two storylines that you're getting. This kid who's never been in trouble before, who has maybe had a speeding ticket, who now is going to have a routine traffic stop, to the story that police are saying, which is that this guy took off and was shooting at police while he was driving. Those two things just don't match up at all. So there are questions about exactly what was going on to make this young man that certainly his sister knows and knows fondly, knows well, but it just, to them, so much confusion about why he would behave in such a way on something as routine, just a routine traffic stop, maybe having to do with a tail light or something being out, ends up with 60 wounds to his body, with 8 officers opening fire. It just doesn't make sense. So to hear, what stood out to me, just to hear from the family, to hear from his sister, just how confusing this is, that the behavior that they're describing of Jayland.
And I know his sister is not the only one who's described Jayland as a peaceful person. Again, painting sort of this contrasting picture to what police are saying happened on that day. We also heard the family attorney, Bobby DiCello, there telling you that he's now calling into question this photo that was taken of the gun that police say they found in Jayland's car. So where does this investigation go from here? Well, the officers, the 8 that fired, they are on leave now. This is going to be handed over to an independent outlet to do an investigation. But for now, the two sides are now going to be speaking a lot, because this is going to come down to a lot of, as we've seen these things unfortunately play out so much in media before they end up possibly playing out in a court of law. But his family is very determined to get the message out and to also get answers to their questions. You mentioned that photo. I think you all have shown plenty of the gun and a loaded clip and his ring neatly placed in the vehicle. After this frantic police chase and after he jumped out of the car. Well, how are these things so carefully placed? And that's what the family is questioning. Was that photo, flat out said, has this photo been staged? They also question whether or not that was an actual flash of a gun coming from the vehicle. So we have to wait. There are going to be more answers, but right now we got more questions, as we often see, Diane, in cases like this, and unfortunately we've seen far too many of them. Yeah, a lot left to be uncovered in this investigation. TJ Holmes, we appreciate you keeping track of it for us. Thank you. You got it, Diane.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.